It's another beautiful day out here today. Kind of gray, kind of cloudy, but it's warm. Everything is covered in a little layer of frost, so it looks pretty magical, if you ask me. Just out here getting some fresh air. And I thought today I would make a video of my top 10 reasons to quit drinking this year. It's a little list I made of all the things that I've noticed over the past 58 days, I think now, of not drinking. And quite a few noticeable differences that I've noticed, and I thought I would share them with you. But I am going to hop into my van for the rest of this video. Get kind of warm, getting kind of chilly out. Just thought I'd share some scenery because it's pretty nice out today. I mean, look at that. I don't know. I just love being out in the middle of nowhere, around no people. That's just where I thrive. Not much of a people person. Never really have been. But I like talking to you guys and trying to help people out. I've just never been big for crowded spaces, you know? Like to be out wide open. Could see a person a mile away and decide if I want to talk to them in the next 5 minutes. So here we go, guys. I got my handy dandy little list here so I can stay on topic a little better. So I am going to share with you my top 10 reasons why I quit drinking. So number one for me is the brain fog. I have noticed a big difference in the way I think over the last month since I have cut out drinking on the weekends and periodically throughout the week. It's helped a lot with my creativity, with writing music and writing songs. I'm finding a lot more often throughout the day I'm quickly running to my guitar and something, figuring out a riff or a tune pops into my head or a lyric that I really want to work on. It's really helped with that, especially with speaking to people too. I noticed that when I was drinking on the weekends throughout the week, my anxiety was so bad I was just having a hard time having conversations with people. It's always been something I struggled with, but when I'm drinking, it's even worse. Like, for a long period of time, I wasn't drinking, and that was when I was working in kind of a sales job, and I was building up a lot of self-confidence. I was talking to a lot of people. I didn't really have much I was ashamed about. I was proud of who I was, and I noticed that when the drinking started and I wasn't proud of who I was anymore, I was having a hard time, like, talking to people, you know, looking them in the eyes. I felt ashamed of myself all the time. So that's been gone. Well, that's a big one. So that's my number one reason right there, is just building my self-confidence back and being comfortable with who I am. Not trying to fit in with the crowd for my, you know. Depression. That's another big thing. I noticed that, you know, things are going on in my life, and yeah, I am pretty down about them, but not as much as I was when I was drinking about it. I was using it as a coping mechanism, because, you know, when you drink, you start feeling good, you start forgetting about everything that's going on, you just start thinking about what's right in front of you. But the trick is to try to do that without the alcohol, trying to stay in the moment. That's kind of what this YouTube video does for me. It's keeping me in the moment, keeping me here, keeping me focused, keeping me thinking on stuff. Like, I've been busy all weekend. Like, I wake up in the morning, start planning my day, start filling it full of stuff to do, and, you know, by the end of the day, I got my whole list checked off. Maybe there's some things that were missed, maybe there's some things that weren't, but it was a productive day. Usually the days after drinking, I would just spend them laying on the couch, or, you know, just trying to get through the day. That was pretty much the repeat every weekend. It was work all week, come home Friday, go out, drink, get no sleep, spend Saturday just irritable as hell, tired, just trying to get through the day. Sunday feeling kind of alright, but still kind of bummed because you got to go to work the next day, so you can't really stay up late or do anything. So I always felt like I was just wasting my time. It was starting to make me miserable. So feeling less miserable, I guess, too, on top of the brain fog. So that brings me to number 2, the sleep. Sleep schedule's been a lot better. I have been going to sleep at a regular time and waking up at the same time without even my alarm clock. There's been a few times now where I forgot to either set my phone or I fell asleep on my phone designing things for my hats or just something. And I'm waking up, body clock's back on track. I was staying up late on my own, like I just had more energy. I was having a hard time even staying up until 11 o'clock. Prior to that, had no ambition, no drive, nothing. Now it's, I've been up till 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the morning, just editing videos, watching some YouTube clips, just trying to get better at what I'm doing. It's just a lot more drive, a lot more energy, waking up feeling rested still, even on the late nights, ready to go. Mondays are feeling better. I don't feel like I wasted the whole weekend when I go into work on Monday. I feel pretty good about how productive the weekend was, which is translating into better work ethic, I guess. I'm not dragging my butt all week. But a lot more drive to get other stuff going too. Like, I've always wanted to be a voiceover artist, and so I've been really working hard on that. And, you know, with the sleep and the extra energy, it's really been helping me. Because before, I used to come home from work, right? And I'd get home from work and just be like, oh, I'm too tired to do anything. Just completely zapped, drained, just trying to get through the day. By Wednesday, you'd start feeling a little bit better and kind of start to get some stuff done. But then Friday, you'd go out again and it'd just be right back to where you were. So the sleep's been helping. Having a lot more energy, waking up early, and that brings me to number 3. Number 3. Money. Money was the big one. Money was the thing that was frustrating me the most. And that is just simply, I cannot afford to go out and have nights out right now. I'm just not in a place in my life where I should be disposing of income that way, and I'm really mad at myself for letting myself go on that one. When I had my daughter, I told myself I was putting all that behind me, that I wasn't going to be wasting my money on that party lifestyle anymore, and, you know, everything was going to be for the family, for my family, and I definitely let myself down with that. So going forward, that's kind of one of my big reasons why I stopped, is because I want to save money to take my kids on trips. I want to go see the world. I want to go do stuff. I don't want to just be struggling to get by here in the town, just, you know, paycheck to paycheck anymore. And for a while we were doing okay, or I was doing okay. I had a savings account. It was growing, and it just, every time I started to get ahead, I'd go out and then, yeah, spend way too much at the bar, go way too much longer. It would always turn out the same way. Oh, we're just gonna go for a couple drinks, you know, go out with the friends, have a good time. And then the party would want to keep going, and it would just keep going, and then wake up the next day and say, dang, I don't have enough money to make it through the next 2 weeks. This is going to be tight. And I just got stuck in that loop again. And I told myself I was never going to put myself in that loop ever again. And I mean it this time. Yeah, I've noticed some money saving. I mean, I don't have a lot right now just because I'm still trying to get my life restarted. But, you know, I got $10 in my pocket. It stays in my pocket. I'm not running to the liquor store trying to find some toonies for a bottle of wine or something like that to get through the night. It's just, don't need anything. Still trying to cut out the cigarettes. That's the one thing that's still got me in its grasp, but we'll get there. Once I get that, then we'll really be saving some money. Well, I'm not doing too bad right now, and I've cut back a lot. Like, I am pretty close to getting rid of it. But yeah, you'll just save a lot more money. You'll start thinking to yourself, like, is it really worth spending money for a couple hours of fun when you're sacrificing the next 2 weeks or days even? Just like, you know, you go out and you spend a couple $100s to go stand around and just get messed up and talk to people that you might not remember the next day. Or you could spend $100 and take a little drive somewhere and spend the day doing something. Like, it doesn't, not everything has to cost money. That's just how I was raised anyways. Like, I could spend the day going for a hike out in the woods, seeing something new, and it would be a great day. But, yeah, saving money. That's a big one. Your bank account will thank you. And that brings me to number 4, relationships. You will start to have more meaningful relationships, I'm finding. The people that stuck with me when I decided to quit drinking and get sober have become a real solid support group. And some of them have been friends that I've been with since high school. Some of them are people I met when I was at my worst. Some of them are people I've just met recently. But, you know, you'll find that maybe, at least with me it was, that a lot of your relationships were based around just drinking. Like, you really didn't do much with these people other than just drink. And when you cut that out, you kind of start to realize you don't have too much in common. So you end up trying to find people that you want to talk to based on other things. Like, I have met a lot of people that are also content creators, so we've been sharing ideas and, you know, pushing each other forward towards a goal. Trying to meet more creative people that are just really into design to try to inspire me. Because I've noticed when you try to share your ideas with people that aren't really into the thing that you're into, it's hard to pump yourself up, because you'll be talking to them about something you're really passionate about, and they'll just be kind of looking at you like, neat, cool. And that really just, it's hard to get your momentum rolling when you're just surrounded by that. Like, nobody's really in it for you. You're just, you know, you got to find your crew. You got to find them. They might not be around you, but hey, look at the internet now. You can talk to anybody anywhere. You're going to find some people, like-minded people. You got to lock in on them, and you got to pump yourself up. Like, I'm on some staying sober Reddit pages, you know, a lot of great people on there that really helped me get through the holidays and everything else when I just really, really wanted to give up. You got to find the right people. The right people will push you. The right people will push you to be a better person. You got to find the relationships that will move your life forward. There's going to be a lot of people in your life that'll come and go, and that's just how it goes. You know, not everybody's there to stay, but you are going to find those few people that just follow you along on your journey. Pay attention to them. They're special. That brings us to number 5. Number 5 is the health. Oh, the health benefits. I have noticed a lot. Just little things that started showing up over the next couple of weeks. One was the weight loss. I have lost so much weight. Like, it's ridiculous. I was gaining so many pounds last summer. Like, I was just ballooning right up. And ever since I quit drinking and just quit going out, like, man, I slimmed down a lot. It's amazing. I started working out. I had energy to do that, so I've been keeping up with that for the next few weeks, and like just really toned down to something I never thought I would ever get to. Like, I was overweight for most of my life. Just, you know, I never really did anything. Just kind of sat around for a lot of the years, just drinking. But, you know, lately I've been getting out walking, running, stuff like that. It's really been helping. My mental health, it's a lot more balanced. It's not perfect. I mean, obviously there's still some personal things I've got going on that I should probably deal with. But this is step 1 to dealing with them. Cutting out the alcohol. The alcohol was keeping me depressed. It was keeping me unfocused. It was keeping me stuck in a place that I didn't want to be stuck in. So I knew I had to get rid of it. I have something to compare it to. I can compare it to my life when I wasn't drinking, because it was a period in my life where I was drinking a lot. I quit for a number of years, and then I started again casually. So I can compare how it went for me. And there was a major difference between the party every weekend and the cutting it out altogether, maybe once or twice a year tops. Life just exploded. I was doing things I never thought I'd be doing. Once the casual drinking came back in, I thought to myself, I've got a bit of a handle on it now. It's not like it was. I should be able to do this. It was almost like a hybrid between the two lives. Like, there was a lot that I wanted to do that I knew I could do, but we weren't doing it, or I wasn't doing it, because I was just feeling like crap all the time. So it was like the life I wanted was right there, but the life I was living was just pulling me back from it. Which is number 6, I guess, too. Regrets. I have so many regrets from the nights out. I don't miss waking up in the morning and having to immediately look through my phone at all the texts that I sent. I don't miss having to, like, you know, having all these flashbacks of things that I might have said. So many times I've probably walked out on my bar tab because I can't remember if I paid it or not. Like, there are just so many stupid things I did and said that it's like I vaguely remember, but I know I did them. Or, you know, you end up owing people money, and it just, no. I'm just so over it. The last month, I haven't had any regrets when I wake up in the morning. I go to sleep, I wake up, and I make some breakfast. And I go, oh, what a wonderful day. And that's pretty much it. I check my phone. There's no secret text messages that I'm embarrassed about. There's nothing cringy. It's just, you know, things are okay. So that's a big one. Number 6 is my big one. Just living life with no regrets. And that's helping with just everything in my life right now. It's just nothing's really keeping me down. It's the ball's rolling forward. I'm going to keep it rolling forward. So number 6. Number 6 is a good one. And number 6 helps with number 7, which is your self-confidence. For me, I was using alcohol as a booster to kind of talk to people again. Like, I was having anxiety issues, and I don't do well in big crowds of people. I'm more of a one-on-one person, or maybe 2 tops. But, you know, I was using the alcohol to kind of feel like I could converse with a whole bunch of people. And that was when I made the mistake of just using it all the time, and it became the only way I could talk with a bunch of people. Like, if I was going to go over to a group event, I needed to drink first because I was just going to be nervous as hell. And ever since I quit, I've noticed that I just don't have that feeling anymore. Like, I'm looking for places to go with people where I don't have to drink and I can try to converse normally. Then I know what I'm saying is what I'm saying and what I'm thinking. Like, I'm in control of this. I'm not going to say something, you know, regret it again. Back to number 6. The self-confidence is a big one. It helped me with the YouTube channel, doing these videos. Like, when I first made my first video about a week ago, talking on camera felt really strange, really odd, especially doing it outside. Now, I don't care. I'm having fun. Like, this is kind of just what I wanted to do. It's helping me towards my goal. It doesn't matter if people understand why or what I'm doing. I understand what I'm doing. I can see my vision. I'm going for it. I encourage you to do the same. Doesn't matter what people think. It matters what you think. It's your life. That brings us to number 8. Number 8 is your free time. I got so much time on the weekends now. I've been waking up and freaking out on Sunday thinking, oh no, I'm late for work. You know, because there's just been so many hours in a day on Friday night, Saturday night, and then Sunday, I still got a whole day. Like, I'm so used to being hungover and wasting a whole Saturday, kind of getting things rolling by Saturday night and then trying to pull up a Sunday together, that I didn't realize how much time I was wasting just laying around feeling like crap. Like, I am so excited for weekends now because it's a full packed day of stuff to do. Either I have my kids and we're going to go out and do stuff, or just hang out and talk, or we're going to work on my business. It's just, there's always something to do. I can't wait to get to a point where I'm traveling. I got my camera here again. I'm going to take some pictures and try to get back into that. Yeah, just so much free time. Good sleeps, waking up early. I'm trying to get some more hours in the morning now too before work. That's something I've never really done too well. I used to work at 4:30 in the morning, so getting up before work kind of sucked. But now that I'm working at 7 or 8, if I can get myself getting up at 4:35, that gives me a couple hours in the morning to have some fun to myself. Like, you know, play some video games, hang out, just nothing's expected of you at 5 o'clock in the morning, so take advantage of it. And number 9. Number 9 is, since I've quit drinking, it's been a lot easier controlling my other vices. Because I used to do, like, everything. Like, if we were out partying and you presented something to me, there's a chance I was going to try it out, or just, you know, nothing was off the table. But a lot of that would always come, I wouldn't do it if I was sober. Like, if I wasn't drinking and somebody was like, hey, you want to do this? I'd be like, nah, I'm good, I'm fine. But it's when the drinking starts, all of a sudden, it's, you twist my arm, why don't you? Let's go. Like, I've noticed that I need to stop the booze, because the booze leads to the regrets from earlier, which is doing everything else that I don't like doing anymore, never wanted to do. So if you're trying to control other things like smoking, the first time I quit smoking, I had to quit drinking altogether, because it is so hard to not, for me anyways, have a cigarette while I'm drinking. I just can't do it. You need to have a drag or go out, something to break up the sitting there in the room just to go out. I tried using a vape for a while, but it wasn't the same after a bit, especially if you're standing around a whole bunch of people smoking cigarettes. It was really just killing me. So I'm trying to cut that one out again. I really don't want to smoke anymore. My dad died of lung cancer, so it's always just kind of been like something I'm really, really trying to kick. I don't want to put my kids through that. It's not something you want to watch. So there's that. Other vices, if you're trying to kick something out and you notice that alcohol keeps dragging you back to it, maybe it's time for you to quit too. You gotta take that first step. And that brings us to lastly, number 10, your future. If you're like me and you keep looking back at yourself and saying, dang, where would I be today if I would have just put down the bottle, stopped partying, paid more attention, did this? Where would I be today? Well, you can't go and change the past, but you can learn from it. Do you want to be 10 years from now looking back at today and thinking, dang, where would I be if I would have just put down the bottle? You don't have to. You can invest in your future. This can be a decision that could change your whole life 5 years from now. Who knows? Who knows what opportunities you missed while you were out at the bar when you could have been putting in the work? Who knows what relationships you missed out on when you were out chasing the party instead of, trying to figure out who you are? It just take some time to invest in your future and try to make it so when you look back, you're proud of every decision you've made. Maybe not every decision, but you're proud of the way you made the decision. You made it with a clear mind. You made it your own. It's your own thought. It was you. If you messed up, you can take accountability for it and you can change it. Give yourself some power in the future. It starts now. It starts by putting in the mindset that you are in control of your own life. You're in control of your own destiny. You can do whatever you want to do as long as you put your mind to it. There is nothing holding you back but you. If you have to do it alone, do it alone. But you don't got it, because you can always come to my YouTube channel. We can always hang out. So that's my top 10 list right now. And if you're trying to do this, I'm proud of you. You can do it. There's a different life out there for you if you want. And if you're just curious about the sober life, you just want to try something different, it is different. It is very different. A little boring at first while you try to figure it out, but once you start to catch your stride, I promise you it is worth it. I guess something I didn't add on the list too, but I wanted to talk about was I have lost so many friends out partying, and I don't even mean there's obviously the overdoses, the alcohol poisoning and all that, but then there's just other things that happen that you don't even think about. One friend was just walking down the highway once and got hit by a truck. He wasn't even doing anything wrong. He was on the side of the road. The truck just didn't see him, but he wouldn't have been there if he wouldn't have been stumbling home drunk that night. It's just, invest in your future. But thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe if you want to follow along. I am still plugging on another video I was talking about earlier about starting up voice acting. If that's something you're interested in, it's something I've always wanted to do. And now that I have all this free time and my mind back, I'm going to try to get into it and make a real go at it. I'm going to be putting out some bids later, so keep following and I will post it up as soon as I get it finished. Take care. Stay safe.